Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War live stream. So today, game plan is, there's not much going on this week. We have the campaign, of course, ending from Vault Event Weekend and campaign ending and everything else. So we really do not have that much to go and do on this week. It was funny because I don't think I've ever seen the event page this small. It's literally just the Glory Troop and the Invasion thing. Oh, we do a Bounty Hunter this Friday, though, of course. But yeah, really tame week. But of course, still all the standard stuff to go do. We also have all the vault keys from last weekend to go open, if nothing else. So we do have some of those. Of course, due to the sailing that came out in Old School RuneScape the other week, I have gotten very little vault keys. Actually, I didn't even hit 100. That's sad. But I did get some. I did open, I think it was 2 Paloozas. No, I think I would have been closer to 3 if I got that many. And then just a little bit of just like explore 12, explore 1 grind. But yeah, we did get a few. But yeah, I guess we'll open some of them with some of the XP boosters that we still have, as I didn't actually use all of them last weekend. We still have a couple handful of them left. Oh, we got a bunch of stuff from the guild as well. Let me go grab all that. But yeah, we'll go run all those. We'll go do the world event. We'll go do a little bit of Underspire. Underspire is so free this week. And as Isabel mentioned, we do have a spot left in the guild. Actually, I think we have 2 spots left in the guild. So if anyone wants to join up, let me know, because, or Isabel know. Because, yeah, we need to go get re-recruited for Guild Wars in 3 weeks. 3 weeks from now is the next Guild War. Actually, that week has a lot of things going on, because I believe the Christmas event is starting that same week. It's starting the Monday of that week, whereas Guild Wars starts the Thursday of that week. But yeah, that's a really busy week. The first week of next month and the 3rd week of next month should be the busiest too. For whatever reason, they chose to do everything right at Christmas time. Because on that Christmas week, we have the Christmas pet, the Christmas event, the Guild Wars. Like, we got everything. Like, that's going to be a mega week, the week of Christmas. Or I believe that falls the week of Christmas, doesn't it? I believe it does. Oh, wait, maybe it's the week before Christmas, actually. Never mind. I think it's the week before Christmas. They're going, like, super mega all out. But whatever that alignment of that week is we have Christmas event, we have the other thing, and that's like 3 things all aligning all at once. Guild Wars, that, and whatever the 3rd one I just mentioned was. Anyways, do I need his pet? I don't think I do. Alright, let's start one thing at a time. Let's go do the current invasion event. So, of course, for the invasion event, we do have access to Double Tower, as you would normally expect. We have an okay handful of Empowers. We have Lord of Slaughter for some really decent skull spam. However, which we will be utilizing for quite a few of these battles once we get a little bit deeper. However, for the really early fights, we're going to want to go probably Ruby weapon, it looks like. Let me go, not Ruby, yeah, Ruby. Let me go Ruby into a bunch of mana accumulation. The only problem I could see with this is this place doesn't have, it has blue, but I believe we have to get negative mana. Oh, no, I forgot this counts as it. Ooh, green to blue, also green to blue, we just go with you then. And purple to green, I guess we won't really need then. Is there anything else I could do, is there anything else I could do mana for us? I don't think there is. This is blue. Well, I guess I need blue. Sure, we'll go with you. I don't think we have anything under the mythic category that would give us a good enough side effect, so we'll do it by base rarity one last time and double check. Yeah, none of them have a passive effect that would be worthwhile enough. So we're just going to go all in on a Ruby weapon for earlier fights and go from there. Mechanist, Geomancer, I guess we go Geomancer just to make it a little bit tankier. I don't think anything here really has Submerge, so we shouldn't have to deal with it. So let's go Geomancer. I don't think we change anything else other than Banner, which is blue-brown. And doesn't really matter too much what it minuses, as long as it doesn't minus anything on hero, and we're good to go. Anyways, hello everyone! Hello, Jason! Hello, Defined! Hello, Jets! Hello, yeah! Hello, Cookie! Hello, Minnie! Hello, Isabel! Hello, Crisp! Hello, Ron! Hello, hello, Chad. Hello, Defiant. Hello, everyone else. Welcome. Hope you guys been having a wonderful week, and hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving later this week as well. I'll probably still be streaming that other game we've been doing lately on that day, but it'll just be later in that day. Because, yeah, good old Thanksgiving. I'll probably be celebrating up to about 3 or 4. I do have some family coming over. I'm just not sure exactly what time we're eating, because I think we're eating a little bit closer to lunch rather than dinner. Let's see. What do we need here? I probably should have grabbed the red there. Anything that goes into Ruby is the main thing we need. But I hope to finish up most everything I need to do with that other game in the next week or 2. Because I know there's one game coming out on the 6th that I want to check out. I don't think we're going to, like, mega grind it. But I definitely want to check it out at launch. Or at some point. What is it called? Paralives. It's basically a indie, alternative to Sims. Like the Sims franchise. Like, they basically got tired of the, how many mistakes the Sims franchise has been making. You know, with, like, the microtransactions and everything. So several years ago, they set out to make their own Sims. And they're finally releasing it after, like, 7 years. It's going to be in, like, a really rough beta state. But, it still looks pretty decent. Not like ultra rough beta, but like content-wise, I don't think we're going to be able to get more to the stream out of it initially. We do want to try because I've been following its progression here and there over the years. And it's finally releasing in beta on the 6th. It's definitely not a game I would do as much as something like Stellarix 2 when it comes out later next year in beta. But I definitely want to check it out at launch. I believe the 6th is the launch day unless they changed it recently. Will we have a Thanksgiving stream on Thursday? I will have a stream on Thursday. Not quite going to be Thanksgiving themed, though. It will be sailing themed. That's somewhat Thanksgiving related. Indirectly. I will take that one over. Is that enough damage? Yeah, you do have double magic during this game mode. Even if we're not hitting a tower, it still hits really hard against everything. If we need to use it to one-shot whatever's left. But yeah, we already got all the food ready to go. Mom's making homemade cheesecake. We already got the turkey pre-bought and everything. We got ribs for it as well. Mashed potatoes. Canned yams. Or, you know, like with the cinnamon and everything. Or, you know, candied yams, however you call it. They're not actually canned, you know what I mean. Candid, or whatever the thing is called. What else do we have? You know, standard stuff, stuffing. Cider. Yeah, it should be nice. We have family coming over around noonish or so. Because we are hosting it here this year, so we don't actually need to go anywhere, which is nice. Don't have that much family coming over, but do have some. Because most of my family's in New Jersey these days. Or pretty much always have been, like, around that area. Like the Philly, New Jersey area. But oddly enough, I don't think any of them are in New York. They're all in, like, every state around New York. In, like, the southern part of... Or, you know... Like, every state west or south of New York is where most of my family is. Like, right in that area. It's salmon for dinner tonight? Ooh. Sounds really, really good. Yeah, that's something I just realized. We don't have any fish for Thanksgiving. Because I normally have pretty fish-based diet. Well, not like extremely so, but you know. I definitely eat fish more than meats. And, yeah, we don't have anything fish-related for Thanksgiving. But I guess fish stuff isn't really that common for Thanksgiving, though. But yeah, no seafood. But yeah, both these events should be pretty straightforward this week. Because for this one, after you get out of the kill everything quickly phase, you just go straight into double invasion troop into Lord or Slaughter, which is insane amount of damage. And then for Underworld this week, or Underspire, I mean, I keep saying it wrong. But for Underspire this week, we have literally Stellarix if you own it. It's a little rough if you don't own Stellarix, but if you do own Stellarix, it is so free. Due to the slight lack of time, I'm not sure if I'm going particularly deep with it, though, this week. Between the holiday and then the other thing we've been doing with the other game. So I might go and just do the free battles, though. But it is a really good week to do full completion on Underspire this week. Assuming you own Stellarix. Because you'll be able to one-shot, two-shot Underspire all week. All the way to the end. The biggest issue is getting his initial mana, but after that you just win. And of course, we do have a new troop for that, kind of. We have that new Mana Drain Blue trip that came out today, which is kind of interesting. I didn't want to use it for mana accumulation for him because I felt like it would backfire too much. But if you have a good way to board clear or constantly keep it on your turn, I can see that thing having a lot of potential in the future. It's just very niche when you bring it out because you'd want to bring it out as like a mana accumulation mana drainer, which isn't really a type of troop in the game that we have that much. Something that can mass mana accumulate while doing it into itself as well, while also draining the entire enemy team. We haven't really gotten that many strong mana drain mechanics ever since Famine. Famine is the second mythic, kind of set the bar for it, but then after that, they kind of nerfed, you know, they started to do things that kind of nerfed mana drain troops into the ground, like a bunch of immunities and a bunch of other stuff like that. And ever since then, honestly, we haven't really gotten a good mana drain troop since Famine. And the one that came out as a glory trip today is probably the closest thing we've honestly had since that, which is a while. We're talking like 2017, 2018? Like, it might actually legitimately be the best mana drain troop in like 6 years. The only other one that comes to mind is that one that does a bunch of explode to spirit gems every single turn. That one crow thing that creates like 2 spirit gems and then like explodes them or whatever it does. That one can be, but it's very inconsistent. It's really good at doing a chip amount of mana drain, but it's not good at like, you know, mass mana draining. Like, you can't just like zero out the enemy team's mana. It's just really good at constantly making sure they get slightly mana drained. Have I finished the sailing game yet? No. Honestly, at this point, we'll keep going for trying to get full completion, but we might just call it at 99. As a lot of the grinds that we'll have beyond that will probably get too repetitive to bother streaming. As we want to stream it like all of next month. But we're getting there. We've done a lot of the more core content in it so far. We'll be able to go explore the final island tomorrow that we haven't been to, all the final islands. Probably going to be the last like really big exploration day. But the problem with that is after that, we've seen almost everything there is. It's basically just grind and get stuff done. Like tomorrow might be the last stream for it that we have any unique stuff to show before we start like repeating everything. So I had a solid week of content then in that sense, as far as like brand new stuff we got to see. But then after that goes all in on the MMO grind kind of aspect. Where some of the items take literal tens to hundreds of hours to grind for each. I just realized we're not going to get past the wall phase, are we? Aw. I always forget about that on Mondays. Mondays only go up to 3 tower. You don't really get to reach the 4 tower section. But the 4 tower team is pretty similar to most battles. The only main difference this week is we have Lord of Slaughter, which is one of the best few skull spammers in the game. Maybe for the really last battle we'll go and switch into it. Even though we're not quite at 4 tower yet. Because the whole game plan with that battle is cast both the 2 glory troops, or not glory troops, both the 2 tower killing troops, and then cast Lord of Slaughter, and that should be to win almost every battle. At least at the point where you're still one-shotting with the Tower Slayer troops. That's pretty much the game plan. Also, I remember when traits first came out, the Druid was actually viable. The main reason being is he had 50% mana start into Mana Link, which at the time, relative to what damage sources existed, this was actually not bad. 50% mana start, mana linked, 2 stats meant a lot more, especially if it landed on magic back then. And double light splash? Actually, I think it was just double hit at the time. I don't think light splash was a thing yet. But it wasn't that bad. Like a double hit 50% mana cost like that. He eventually got outpowered by all the other things that had better traits though. Especially once they added unique traits to Legends. Because if I'm not mistaken, when traits first came out, Legends did not have a final unique trait. And Mythics didn't even exist yet, I don't believe. But eventually they started giving Legends and then the eventual Mythics unique traits thereafter. When they first came out, I'm pretty sure they didn't have unique traits at all. There's something added later to make them more viable. Because the problem with a lot of troops initially is a lot of low rarity things were actually the strongest stuff in the game. Because Legends and Mythics didn't really have anything going for them in that regard. Because they didn't have a unique trait and their mana cost was so high. Yeah, I do generally prefer fish over meats. I say that, but you know what I had today? I only need to try it once because I saw it was back. End up having the McRib. Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't really feel like it's worth it for the price, though. But it did have some kind of discount code thing, so I was like, might as well. But that was lunch today. McRib with a fry. I mean, no, not a singular fry, you order fry, you know what I mean? One singular fry. Let's see. If you order something at Burger King, that could legitimately happen. I'm not sure why, but their fries and onion rings just keep getting into everything somehow. Like, you could order something completely random and you'll find a random Burger King fry. But that's something I haven't had in a while. I've been to Burger King like almost a year now. Because fast food in general, I try to eat like only like once, maybe twice a month. If not less. Oh no, we're out of battles already. No, we didn't even get to do the Lord or Slaughter team. But yeah, this is the Lord or Slaughter team from the video. The whole premise being just get a bunch of mana. You eventually get this because of enchant. You then cast this, which gives everything full mana. Or he'll just get enchanted up. And then you kill with this, and then Lord or Slaughter for a double kill. Because he converts all the brown into Doom Skull and you're good to go. But yeah, that's pretty much the game plan for the towers then. Works out really nicely. Because a lot of times for invasion event, you don't get a proper skull spammer. But that one, it definitely is. Also, one nice benefit of this event as well, you get 65 gems and an orb. So you always want to make sure to do your invasion event up to at least the towers, regardless how far your guild is going. As getting up to where we are right now gives you 65 gems, and getting all the way to 4 towers gives you an orb, on top of all the normal loot. But it gives a little bit extra compared to something like raid event and other similar things. Alright, so let's go around dungeon real quick. Top 3? Boo! Trap immediately. Boo! Double trap immediately. Scammed. Alright, we're already on Flower Dragon build. Don't need to change anything else there. We're good to go. Oh, you both had salmon tonight? Nice. I had salmon the other week. Where's our mana? I'll take that one over. I'm not sure what my favorite fish is these days, though. I feel like it keeps changing over time. Because sometimes I'll get a fish that I'll eat a little bit more for like a couple months. But I'll eat it to such a degree that I get tired of it. And then move on to a different one. There are some I never get tired of, like crab, lobster, a few other things like that. But even stuff like shrimp I get tired of a lot of times too. Because I might get like a huge bag of it, and then by the end of it, it's like, oh, I don't want this for like another 3 months now. Oh, we'll take that one over. Oh, I could take any other thing. I guess it wouldn't matter because we're frozen. Alright, there we go. Dungeon completed. Fortunately, no perfect. Nothing to do here. Campaign is not till next week. Invasion, we just did. Oh yeah, let's go to Underspire. I don't think I might have my copy-paste team. I think I have the low rarity team there at the moment. But yeah, let's go get the really mega ultra team. So, of course, we do have access to Underspire, which means that is exactly what we're running. As this is basically just the run Stellarix event week. Put that in there. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, there we go. Good to go. Don't think we change anything else. I'm using Archmages. Of course, at the later battles, you might want to use something tankier, like Geomancer or something similar. But for these earlier fights, we do get a lot more mana value from doing this. As we could just take purple and get really huge value from just taking that. And we're good to go. Grab a little more mana from our purple. Cast it. If we need, this gives you half mana on all other troops, which, of course, would get Stellarix to full in most situations. And that's pretty much the whole game plan with this team. Just feed Stellarix to full mana as quickly as you possibly can. And then boom, win. McRib is tasty, yeah. It is good. But like most fast food, it just really is not worth the price at all. I'm not sure what has happened with fast food the last several years. But they have just like mega ultra spiked in price compared to just any restaurant or Like anything. Like, yeah, groceries are up too, but not to like the same degree that fast food is. Like, a lot of fast food items feel like double, if not triple, what they were like literally 5 years ago. Like right before the pandemic. Because that's where I remember most of it, because I ended up going on like a really long not eating fast food spree right around the time of the pandemic, from like 2020 to like 2022 or so. And since then I cut down on it a lot. But there's like 2 years where I just like completely stopped it. And then when I started actually having it again occasionally, like everything just doubled in price by the time I was eating fast food again to any degree. Like everything was just 2x'd. Oh, so thank you so much, Blue. Greatly appreciated. That will cover about 1 McRib at their current price. Thank you. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Actually, they are about that pricey. It was all after tax and everything. It was like $6. I had to go for 1 though, just to try it again. But thank you so much. It's crazy. Inflation needs to go in reverse. When's deflation happening? I got a fresh water. I do this every stream. Regardless if I drink it or not, I always grab a fresh water every stream, assuming I remember. And half of every stream, I never drink it. Good old water. Alright, where were we? I need mana. Oh, we didn't get the skull. Yeah, Stellarix makes this so free. It's actually crazy what the difference is with and without Stellarix if you were to do Underspire this week. You can still get through it without him, but it is just so mega free if you do have him. As he one-shots all the way to like floor 4. Like floor 1, 2, and 3 he one-shots, depending on your magic level. But our magic is should. And then everything else is, you know, 2 shots while gaining a ton of mana accumulation. Oh yeah, that reminds me. You know what we're getting really close to? Max magic. Let me go open some more of those things. I only need 5 more deed books until max magic. So I reached max level recently at level 2000. Or, you know, effectively max level. Which gave a permanent magic to hero. But we will truly have ultra deluxe max magic as it is we get this other one. As that will be the highest possible magic you can have in the entire game. Both for our hero and for all troops. And all I need is 5 more purple deed books. And with that being said, let's go roll them. Alright, let's see what we can get. Come on, at least 1 purple. Nice! Triple purple, could you imagine? Oh, well, 1's already good. Can we get a double? Oh, okay, I'll take 1. 1's still good. 1 within 3 is still solid. Alright, now we need 4 more. We're almost there, though. Come on, just give us like 1 week where we get a bunch of them. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and redeem code too. We do have 1 redeem code still. We are almost out of the old codes, but we still have like a few months left of old codes before we only have like the pet code every month. However, I do still have like a dozen of them left, and here you guys go. Enjoy. There it is. All right. Next thing. What are we doing? I think it's just PvP at this point, right? There's so few things going on this week. I think literally just PvP is the only thing left. And maybe we'll go run 15 minutes of opening vault keys with one of our XP boosters. We'll go do that as well. See if we can get anything cool from them. PvP, I think we're in Ruby rank still, so I need to go try to get top 3 this week. So let's go get double buffed. Nice, we got Dragon and Daemon. Oh no, not Dragon and Daemon. Dragon and Elemental, which basically means Dragon and Dragon. Because this is 4 times Dragon, and this is also 4 times Dragon. Or at least building all in on Flower Dragon. So they're both basically the same team. It's kind of funny. Because they're both effectively the same kind of team. In that you're building all in on Flower Dragon. It's just the things you build around it are different. Like this is a Sensia with that 1 yellow Dragon Gem mechanic. And this is Mirage Queen with whatever the Empower is. I forget what it is for that setup. But yeah, the Dragon one is a little bit easier to do. As we do have a little bit more variety in there. But for now, let's go get our magic bonus. Let's go get our spell reduction. And then we'll go clear out everything else we need to go to get hit down here. And then we'll go run like 15 minutes of EXP boosted Vault keys from last Vault event weekend. See if we can get anything from it. Unfortunately, no purple deed books or anything in them, but still gems, keys for other stuff. Even though we're not getting a new mythic this Friday, next week we will be. Actually, next week we have quite a few things because we'll have the calendar for all of December. We'll have the new mythic and whatever else they're doing that week because we don't even know because we don't have the calendar. But we are getting a new mythic 2 Fridays from now. I'm not sure if we currently know if it's any good or not. Because I haven't actually checked the spoiler thread yet. I'll throw that down. I still can't believe they nerfed this thing to the ground. He was originally going to have, like, reflect on extra turn. Like, reflect a random ally per extra turn. I don't understand why they ever removed it from him, though. Okay, they are up on the thing. I'll go check them, then. Let's go check it right now. We might get flashed with a white screen for a second, though, because it needs to load in. Ah! Shield your eyes! Oh, wait, actually, I need troop spoilers. Loading, loading, loading. Oh, let me let it load. I think it will load while it's tabbed. We'll give it, like, 30 seconds. Should be loaded by then, hopefully. Has the next 2 mythics? Ooh, I'll just check the next one for now. Because that's coming out in a week and a half from now. Next week's Friday. And that's the last mythic of the year. Oh, December mythics have always been pretty hit or miss. So I don't have particularly high expectations for what it will be. I think the strongest troop to ever come out in a December new mythic was Iron Gut. But that's only because he was originally supposed to come out in January during that time. But there was some kind of issue with one of the other troops that was supposed to come out in January or December or whatever it was. So it ended up getting swapped. So it ended up coming out a month early. Let's see. New mythic. It is the Yohayado. The Yohaikalero from Suncrest. It is a brown, purple, yellow. If this thing has something that boosts based on yellow while also having, like anything, it could be good. This place is really yellow heavy. So if this thing boost ratios from yellow really well while also creating yellow or something, could have a lot of potential. Let's see what it does. It deals magic times 2 plus 12 scatter damage. Okay, that's already going to be pretty bad. Boosted by purple gems at a 6 times boost ratio. That is also pretty bad still. If there's a storm, create 4 yellow gems, then convert all yellow gems to purple. Interesting. He's not a yellow spammer. He's a purple spammer. He actually denies yellow. This still seems really bad so far, though. He better make it up with his final trait, or this is pretty dead content. Which one is it? This one. Summon a Dark Storm and start a battle. That's okay. 50% spell reduction. That's decent. All purple allies gain 2 life and magic at the start of each turn. No, that's not enough to save him. He doesn't scale well for magic. Yeah, he's dead content. Yeah, that's about what I expected for a mythic on December. I guess we'll go check the other one. I could already see it in view over here. Oh, it's for midnight. So the one coming out at the 1st, or technically the 2nd of next year. Not the one coming up, but at the beginning of next year, we have the Midnight. A purple, green, blue. It is a Fey Mystic Assassin. It deals, so it probably has really high single target then. Deal magic plus 4 damage to an enemy, boosted by terrified enemies at a ratio nowhere near high enough, and terrified gems, or terror gems. If the enemy is terrified, there's a 50% chance to devour them. That's not awful, but no extra turn potential, unfortunately. It's immune to all stats effects. Wait, why does it have immune to terror and immune to all stats effects? Do they not know? I hope they change that. Terror is already included in Impervious. So this is a completely redundant trait that does absolutely nothing. They know, right? They have to know. And then it converts 2 purple gems to terror gem. Oh, okay, this guy also does nothing. Wow, that's 2 pretty disappointing mythics in a row. Unless they tweak any of them to be slightly better before they come out. Like, neither of them are just, like, outright bad, but they're not great. Very rarely you would ever use either of them. Though the one coming out next month I could see being a little bit better. Or not next month, I mean January, But the one coming in January I could see maybe being used for a midnight thing if you want like insta-kill. Because insta-kill works really good with all the terror mechanic that the place has. Like having that 50% chance to devour is actually not that bad in the context of the kingdom. But the other one that's coming out in 2 weeks from now, that one just seems like you're never going to use it. It's denying all yellow in a kingdom that is really yellow heavy, while also doing very small amount of damage, and meant to be used with purple troops that would boost. So in its own kingdom it's not that good, within Strix it's not that good since most Strix are also purple. So yeah, there's basically no use case for either Mythic, or at least for the Mythic coming out next month in December. Because it's pretty anti its own typing, but in doing so it doesn't really get to be used at all. Like, it's a Strix that's good at denying Strixes, but in doing so, it doesn't have synergy with any Strix. So you can't use it for Sense Crest restriction, you can't use it for Strix restriction. So when are you ever using it then? He's not good enough to be used on a purple team, that's for sure. You max your 26 Kingdom this weekend? Nice! I'm not sure how many I'm up to at this point. I want to say like 15. We're like slightly above a dozen. Though I haven't really been buying any extra deed books ever. Not counting Kingdom Pass thing. Aside from Kingdom Pass, I've never bought any deed books. And why did I say Kingdom Pass? I mean Kingdom Pass and the weekly pass, whatever you call it. Like the campaigns and the Kingdom Passes are the only two we ever got them from. And I think they give a 3 extra every time they roll around. Which reminds me, we haven't had a Kingdom event in a really long time. Mostly because we haven't had a new Kingdom in about 2 years as of January. If we don't get one by January, yeah, it would be 2 years since we got in our last Kingdom. Which would be the longest duration of time since they've been adding new Kingdoms again that we haven't gotten a new Kingdom. 15's less than 26. Well, a lot of it's time gated though, and can only be sped up with money, unless you like really grind out Explore. What am I doing? Oh yeah, we were gonna go do the dragon and then do the 3 daily. Let me do the 3 daily first, and then we'll go do the dragon thing. We need a new Kingdom ASAP. Yeah, they've gone a while without it. I assume they're just trying to prep some stuff for the more kingdoms existing, kind of like how they changed Soulforge and everything. I feel like next patch might do an adjustment to the kingdom rotation thing, maybe, potentially. Maybe that's what they've been waiting on before they add more kingdoms. And I think they've been concerned with having more kingdoms kind of destroying how the weekly system works. As right now, every kingdom only rotates about twice a year, not even. And obviously the more they add, the less common each one, individual one would come. Not to mention, the more new kingdoms they add, the less troops they'll have. Because most new kingdoms only release like, what, 8-10 troops? Whereas the average kingdom right now has like 30-ish. So every new kingdom is just so far behind. And then you have to start forcing more content in them almost always. Because if the average kingdom has like 30 and you add a kingdom that only has 10, you gotta really start prioritizing that one new kingdom to be able to fill out all the troops. Which is a big issue they've been having with a lot of the slightly newer kingdom, like Midnight and Volpacia and a few others like that. Is they just have to shove troops that don't even really seem like they should fit there, like Stellarix and Volpacia. Like, they kind of just have to keep shoving it into the newer kingdoms because they need more troops somehow. So that they can catch up at least somewhat with every other kingdom. So I assume they're trying to figure out how to redo that system a little bit so that they can do that. Like, actually add new kingdoms again. So they're going to start adding new kingdoms with like 20 troops at launch or something. Which would also be a solution, though. I'm not sure they're going to go down that route. But I would fix it if they just did less overall kingdoms. But every new kingdom starts off now with like 20 troops or something. And just release one like every 2 or 3 years or whatever they're going to do. You're actually running out of Imperials? Yeah, that does happen. In the end game of deed books, you actually run out of Imperials rather than deed books. In the end game of upgrading kingdoms. It's mostly due to PvP. As PvP drastically increased the rate at which you get deed books, but not Imperials. So it kind of ruined the ratio of how many you have over time. as long as you maintain PvP dailies, and even more so if you buy the PvP pass. Like, anyone who's fully bought the PvP pass who's been playing since, like, day one, if you buy the PvP pass since launch, you probably have 0 Imperials right now. Because you're getting so many deep books from it while getting almost no Imperials at all. But if you're just doing the free PvP battles, it balances out a little bit nicer. But if you're buying the pass, you're getting so many more deep books that, yeah, it does effectively bring it down to 0. Best way to grind them is Explore in the current state of the game. Because you can get them for 250 gems, which is the cheapest you can ever buy them with gems. Then, of course, any writs that you get, you would convert into deep books. I mean, not deep books, I mean into Imperials, I mean. Hello, Tangy! They shouldn't release a new kingdom unless it is fully max. Why we have kingdoms that can't be fully max? Yeah, there's a lot of kingdoms that can't be fully max. Though I don't think they could ever release a kingdom with that much content. Because don't you need like almost 30-something troops in a kingdom, or 28, whatever it is, to be able to max it? That's a lot of troops to be able to release with. On average in the past, they've only released kingdoms with like 8 to 10 troops. Which is why I was mentioning 20 earlier. This 20 is basically doubling how much it is. I'm not sure if they would triple and release a kingdom with 30. That seems so high. It would be cool if they did, but seems like a lot of work. Especially to balance all that and add that much content all at once. Oh, so why is this only 3,056? No kingdom. What is this? I don't think I've ever seen a team score this low. Like, I found someone who literally just started the game as my highest trophy battle. I'm so confused. Like, they literally just started the game this week. Like, they're literally single-digit stats. That's like no kingdom upgrades at all. That's so weird. Why was that in my 3-star battle? Oh, so why am I still battling? I only need 3 battles. We have overshot that so much. Alright, let's go do our dragon battles real quick. This is probably just going to be a Stellarix quick kill angle. Flower dragon quick kill, I mean. So this is Flower, Essentia, whatever on earth that one in Power Trip is called. I forget his name. The one that does the Dragon Gem one. Yeah, that one. And then like Wand or something. Alright, there we go. Put that there, put that there, put that there. Go banner, yellow. Don't think we need anything else. Just yellow is fine. All the way over at White Helm. Change your class to, I guess we can go Dragon Guard. Do you have Dispel? You do! Nice. I need Dispel for the, so the dragon hits actually land in case they have Submerge. Alright, there we go. Yeah, they're never going to release a kingdom fully max, but they definitely got to release it with more than 10 troops. But they're never going to release a kingdom that can be fully maxed immediately. But it has to be close to like 15, 20 or so troops if they're going to do another one. Otherwise, you're just instantly going to be so far behind. I feel like all my team scores in general are so weird this week. It must be because we're in Ruby rank. It's doing a lot of weird stuff since we're in Ruby instead of Diamond. Also, I just realized, how does someone that low a level even get into that rank? Maybe the matchmaking is just a little bit broken right now then. Because I didn't think about that. That one guy who we just faced in PvP, there's almost no way he could be in Ruby rank. Because you would gain too many levels along the way. Oh, that Drake Rider better not be traded. Otherwise, it's going to revive. No, it's traded! It's actually more annoying than the other battle then. He just gets to revive. Luckily, we immediately got full mana and extra turn, so it doesn't even matter at all. Okay, there we go. Saved by RNG there. Oh, I don't have full mana. I'm so used to just getting free mana every turn. Alright, there we go. Oh, still not dead. There we go. Alright, now let's take the other easy one. You know, we'll take the hard one. This one actually still seems kind of easy. We should still be able to double Stellarix it. I mean, Flower Dragon. Keep thinking Stellarix because that's the one we have to use for Underspire this week. Yep, wrong way. Move it that way. Get a 1 down. Don't miss. Don't miss. Don't miss. Nice. We can work with that. Alright, looks like it's going to be a 3-shot angle, but that's fine. There we go. Easy as that. Normal Flower Dragon things. Alright, there we go. Alright, is that everything for PvP? I think so. Alright, let's go open some Vault Keys. Let's go open a handful of the Vault Keys that we got from last Vault weekend. I didn't get to grind it as much, but we did grind it some. So we do have a small handful of them. Very small handful. Probably the smallest handful we've ever had, but let's go grab an XP booster and yeah, let's go run it for like 15 minutes. Should be able to run most of the stack. Should be able to get it down to like 20-ish. We went about 4 a minute. Or is it close to 3 a minute? I can't remember. Somewhere's around there. Depends how long we stay looking at the loot. As Isabel mentioned, if anyone's still looking to join the guild, we do have 2 spots remaining. Got to fill it up in the next few weeks for the Guild War. Oh yeah, that was the other thing that was happening that one Christmas week with the Christmas event and everything. We got Guild Wars going on that week too. Obviously for the weekend of that week. I believe it's the week before Christmas, not the week of. I think I said earlier was the week of, but I'm pretty sure it's the week before. Because I keep forgetting, this month basically still has a full week in it. I keep thinking that like the end of the month is in like a few days or something. But no, this month still has like a whole week. About the Kingdom of the Week rotation, you feel seeing Kingdoms only come around 1 or 2 times a year would be okay. If the Soulforge is something similar with weapons. Yeah, they've fixed it for Legend and Mythic troops recently. So maybe they're just going to make it do it like that for everything. Because it would be too confusing if they had like a double event week. Oh, 300 gems! Wow. That's one of the big drops. That's the highest amount of gems you can get from a normal Vault Key. Not counting getting it from the side gnomes. But, you know, from Cedric himself is the biggest drop. Yeah, we'll keep going until we have like 20 keys left. Somewhere's around there. That should be around when the XP booster ends. Not like we really need XP anymore, but gotta open these Vault Keys eventually anyway, so might as well do it with a booster. These gold and soul boosters don't really do much on these because all the rewards you get from the gnomes don't get boosted by it. Otherwise they'd be way too broken, which is why they made it not work on them. You still get it for the end battle gold, just not for the gnome reward. So why is it so hot in here, gosh? Oh. It's been a lot warmer here for some reason lately. Even though we're getting into winter. The temperature just feels like it's been going up, not down. Reverse winter. Winter in the summer. Actually, isn't it like that beyond a certain point on the fault line? Like, isn't Australia right now basically in summertime right now? Alright, no exciting drops since the big gem drop. Hoping we get at least one nice orb. Like, this is honestly still one of the few main reasons we open these still. All like the really good orbs, like the silver glory, the gold glory, stuff like that. Are the main things we're after, other than the gem drops, which are still nice for stuff. Though I do have to say, they haven't added a gem sink in a very, very, very long time. Like a new gem sink. I guess they already figured they have so many gem sinks in the game already to begin with that they don't really need another. Because this might be one of the longest period of times the game has gone without a gem sink being added. I guess they feel like gems are already balanced in the current state of the game, so they haven't synced any. There's already a lot of things that sync it. You can sync it for Dragonite, you can sync it for upgrading some troops in some ways, you can sync it for keys, you can sync it for various events. I guess they kind of feel like it's already kind of balanced at the moment. Because there's a while they were adding one almost like 3 times a year. But at this point, I think it's been like 2 solid years since the last gem sync. I can't even remember the last one. Actually, I do know the last one. Underspire was the last gem sync they added. Because you can spend gems towards that. And that's a weekly that is generally really high value to do. And it syncs about 1,000 gems if you do full completion. But yeah, that's the last gem sync. And Underspire was like, what, 2 or 3 years ago? I don't remember exactly when. But Underspire was added like 2 to 3 years ago or so. And that's the last gem sync ever added to the game. At least in recent times. Also, I'm still really surprised that over the years, they have never nerfed Tribute. Because Tribute has gotten insane how valuable it is. Like, back in the day, you'd be happy if you got, like, a 5 gem from the Tribute. Now, if it's anything under 20, I'm disappointed. It says literally any number under 20. That's basically a low roll. Under 30? Oh no, my standards aren't that high yet. Mostly because my stack keeps going up rather than down, so the number doesn't really matter too much when it does happen. But bigger is nicer. I am curious if they're ever going to do something to tackle the economy for all the other resources, though. There's just so many of them that need to have a sink that just don't have one. The most hilarious ones being trait stones and the weapon stones. Or the ingots. The trait stones in particular. A mechanic that was... Oh, nice, we got jump drop. A mechanic that was, you know, kind of fun as you're progressing through it. But you very quickly reach a point, especially with orange orbs these days, that you just have infinite trait stones and just never really need them again, but you're constantly getting them from every battle you basically ever do. But there's nothing to sink them into, which is really strange. Because every day you ever play, you'll be getting some amount of trait stones, yet they don't do anything. They just go into like an infinite stack that just sits there. Their other game had a little bit of a balancing issue with that too. Puzzle Quest 3. They did condense down some of the resources since we last played. Or, you know, when we ended up playing it again a couple months ago. Because I think we ended up doing that in September or August. I think it was September this year. We ended up trying it again. And, yeah, they condensed down a lot of the resources, but they still made a couple of them dead. In the sense that the number of that you have of them is never going to exceed the number of the rarer resource you need to consume them. So you basically end up getting infinite of them without having any sync at all. Where the issue in Gems of War is that they're all too common. Not just some of them, but all of them. The only one that somewhat gets sunk is Celestial Stones, if you want to do some weird stuff in Soulforge with them. There are some specific ones that you can use in Celestial. So if they ever had some kind of hopper where you could just put all your trait stones in it and convert them into Celestials, that could kind of work. Where, you know, a minor trait stone is worth X amount, a major trait stone is worth X amount towards it. and then you just scrap X amount total value, and then you get like a Celestial for it, and then they just add more things in Soulforge that consume Celestials specifically. Because that would be the easiest way to make a trait stone sink. Is just allow you to convert every single trait stone into Celestials at some kind of value based on what they are. And then just make Celestials the main currency for buying some stuff in Soulforge. Which some of them already are, but you know, make more things that you can use them on. That don't need cursed shards or something. And then do something similar to ingots. Where like mythic ingots are used for something, but in Soulforge. But have everything convert up to a certain value for them. Which I think there already is a conversion system for ingots. So all they would have to do is just add a thing for mythics. Because we already have a conversion system for them. Unlike trait stones. Your common ones go up to the rare. The rares go up to the ultra rare. Your ultra rares go to an epic. Your epics go to a legend. And of course your legends go to a mythic. But then all they have to do is just add a bunch of stuff into Soulforge to go use all your mythic trait stones on. I mean your mythic ingots on. Which they have never done. They even sound like a resource you would use. Like a mythic ingot to craft something in Soulforge. Like that sounds like a thing you would do. Yeah, it's not. For some reason. But that would be the easiest way to fix both of them. Is have some kind of system where you can upgrade trait stones and Celestials by scrapping them. There's already a way to do that for ingots into mythics. And then just make Celestials and mythics have some stuff in Soulforge that you can buy. And then boom, fixed. Then you have an infinite sync for both of them. And to make sure it doesn't go too out of hand, just tie it to gems or something. Like make it so you still need cursed runes or shards or gems or something to convert into them. Like is that way even if you have infinite trait stones or something, you still have to spend gems, cursed shards or something else to still craft them. But you'd still be able to go sync all of them. That's something I hope they do in the future. What's up, little Bill Warhammer? Welcome, welcome. Out of 4 verses, verse 1 has been constantly dropping low for you. I've had the exact opposite. My verse 1 is the only verse that has never been my lowest. Verse 2, 3, and 4 have all, at one point all been my lowest, with 3 currently being my lowest. But 1 has consistently always been my highest. It is the only one to never be my lowest one. And at current rate will probably never be my lowest one. As I think it's more than like double or triple ahead my current lowest or something. Like the ratio is pretty high. I'll go check right now. I'm pretty sure it's 3 times my lowest verse. Yep. Whoa, almost 4 times. Oh no, actually it's verse 4 now, not verse 1. Oh, maybe it will make a comeback. But my bad. Verse 4 is the one that's 4 times over right now. Verse 1 has actually been slacking lately compared to 4. Never mind. Yeah, 4 really caught up. This was our lowest at one point. I think the longest one of our lowest ever was verse 2. But verse 2's ended up making a catch-up. And then was verse 3. Like, initially, verse 4 was my lowest. Then it was verse 2 for the longest time. But in the most recent year, it's been verse 3. And obviously also currently. But verse 1 has never been my personal lowest at any point. It's the only one of the 3 that hasn't been. Where are we going? But it just happens from RNG from time to time. You're always going to have ones lower than the others. It's just kind of random which one will end up being. Hello, Outlander. Welcome, welcome. I've always been well. If anyone still has any other question anyone want me to go over, let me know. Because once the XP booster goes up, we'll probably call it for then. And we will be streaming throughout the week, though. It will be for, what's it called? We will be doing it for Old School RuneScape for sailing. I'll probably be doing that up until Sunday, I think. I think Sunday will be the last stream that we end up doing for it. Even though we technically won't be done with, like, true 100%. I believe by then we could end up hitting level 99. As well as having most things completed. We'd also be able to try all the things that you're doing with the Wednesday update. Because unlike Gems of War that normally gets updated on Tuesdays, that game normally gets updated on Wednesdays. So on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll be able to go and mess with whatever that does. I think they're probably changing a ton of stuff. This is the first major patch since it released last week. But yeah, we'll probably do that game until Sunday then. And then on that following Monday, we have the Brighter Shores Christmas event and normal Gems of War stuff. As well as all the event calendar stuff from Gems of War. And then later that week, I believe Paralives comes out on the 6th, which we'll end up doing then. I think that's on a Thursday or Friday. I forget what day the 6th is. This is a game I've been keeping tabs on for a while now. It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday of that following week then. So I guess that'll be the weekend game. Not sure if I'll do more than one stream for it initially, though. Because the other thing I'm concerned with is how it's going to run on my system. I assume it should be fine, though. But I might have a lot of technical issues on launch day. Hope not, though. But it's basically an indie version of Sims that isn't fully completed yet, but is still in like a, you know, playable state. It likely doesn't have enough content to like mega grind it out though. I figured it'd be a fun one-off because I want to have the game just to play it down the line. Because unlike The Sims, they have said beforehand, it is a one-time purchase game. You're never going to need to buy DLC ever. And they are going to have Steam Workshop for it, so people are going to mod the game like crazy. Because unlike Sims where you'd have to spend like, what, 10 bucks for a bunch of content? Like, people are literally just going to mod everything into the game. It'd be one of the few games where I actually probably would use a bunch of mods. Because it's kind of designed to be like that, rather than have to spend like 1,000 for DLC. Like the Sims franchise. Alright, 5 more keys. Oh no, we already used up our booster. Alright, perfect. Oh, there we go. Now we have a solid 25 for later. Delve, I don't really need to worry about that. Nothing worth going for here. Gotta wait a week for that. No, we got a lot of things happening on that Monday, though. Let's see. Alright, yeah, looks like we're good to go. Anyone have any other questions? Any other anythings? Otherwise, we will be back as far as Gyms of War next week's Monday. And we'll have the weekly, we'll have the monthly calendar. So we'll know everything that's going on for next month. And of course, we're getting that Mythic the following Friday as well and all that. But the calendar is the most interesting thing, I would say, because I'm really curious what they're going to do for the entirety of the month. Like, where it's all going to fall. But it seems like most of it's falling the week before Christmas, so if you're busy on Christmas, you shouldn't need to worry about it too much. But there's a good chance Vault Weekend falls on Christmas. Like, we don't know what the calendar is yet, but if I had to guess, we're going to have a mega week before Christmas, where it's going to be a Guild Wars, a Christmas event starting up, and, you know, all this stuff like that. And then the week after that's going to be Vault Event Weekend. So that would kind of go around where Christmas is then. But it seems to be around where it's aligning from what I could tell. I don't know, we'll find out next week's Monday, because then we'll know. Because I don't think it has an update. Let me go check right now. If I go click home here, yeah, we still don't have the December calendar, but we'll be able to go over on the Monday video next week. And of course on stream at this time, or, you know, hour prior to now on 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on next Monday. Yeah, we'll go from there. Anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful week, a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thanks for stopping by as always. Greatly, greatly appreciated. And I will catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.